Nightingales in the building. You know what it is. Now y'all know me, man. King in the building. But I just had like a conversation with the family and just think about a few things, man, because my whole thing in life is just to kind of go over like the situation is that I like to see people do the best they can do, take it to the next heights, be better than what I am, especially you come up under my tutelage, you know what I mean? So I preach the same thing my pops preach to me daily. Be a better version of me. You can nitpick and take the good qualities that I possess, incorporate those into your lifestyle, and then take those, move forward, and mold those into your own way of doing things, and keep it morally on the up, and move properly and consistent to build you and the people around you up to the best of your ability. That's my overall goal in life. Overall, no matter what. Anybody that's ever been around me, walked beside me, behind me, in front of me, is to make sure that the people around me do good. I guess because I talk about my past, it's held against me. That's what I come to find out. My past, when I shelled out a lot, I talk about it, and it's held against me. It's looked at as I'm throwing it in people's faces of what I did for them, because I speak on what I did for them. I guess you gotta do things and just keep it in silence. I've done a lot of things in silence. A lot of charity, a lot of things I gave out, a lot of events I've done that don't make it to these social media sites. And that's cool. Everything ain't for the social media sites. And I don't even put none of this on social media. But I guess if I say it to specific people in the moment of disrespect, and I present it as what was displayed and what was laid as a foundation, it's taken as throwing it in people's faces, because you go over the foundation that you laid. I mean, whatever. If that's the way you look at it, I came up in the era, the 90s. Let me write this one down. I came up in the era of the 90s where constructive criticism was given daily and very harshly. Never broke me down. Never made me stop doing what I needed to do. Never made me feel like, when the same people would tell me, we did this for you. All we need to do is the bare minimum. I heard this speech a million effing times. You know what I mean? Look, the bare minimum, I remember I'm going to say it. My pops told me all the time, when I would get out of line and get too far out of line, pops would always sit me down and say, look, all I got to do is feed you, clothe you, and house you. Those are the basics of a parent or a person in your life that's taking care of you. Anything else is extra. It's icing on the cake. Be grateful for that. So I always was. I'm grateful for the small blessings that come into my life, as well as the large ones. I don't take any blessing any different that comes to me. I take it all for what it is. And I'm very appreciative of it. I show a lot of gratitude for it, and I'll continue to do that. But I do find a little issue in the fact when people can openly degrade you, downgrade you, talk about you, say whatever, and then you give a brief reminder. Like, yo, you saying I'm this, I'm that, but this is what the truth is. And when you reveal the truth and what it really is from your view, it's looked at as, oh, you're throwing this in my face. I had to take a deep breath on that, because it just shows the differences in the generations. You know what I mean? Like the generation we came up in, man, constructive criticism was looked at as something that you could stand on, take to the next level, you learn from, you expand your lifestyle, and you build off of it. But I guess nowadays, constructive criticism and laying the truth out is taken as you being throwing it in people's faces. You're being too harsh. It's the messenger. It's the tone. It's all these things, man. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is the message. You know, Pops used to always talk to me, and he used to tell me the story of the fool, the smart man, and the wise man. The fool is the one who basically don't listen to nobody. They just gonna go through life. They don't look at their situation and learn from it. They don't look from other people's situation and learn from it. They just want to bump their head against the wall themselves and do it themselves all the time. And they always fall back to the same place. And they just don't take any constructive criticism. They don't listen to anybody. And they always fall back in the same place. That's the fool. The smart man is one that he takes his situations and learns from it. May not make as many mistakes moving forward because he does analyze his mistakes and learns from them, but doesn't really pay attention to others' mistakes. My fault, y'all. So he doesn't listen to other people's mistakes, but he listens to his mistakes. And he takes his mistakes, molds himself, and he builds up. And he'll get farther than the fool because he at least learns from his mistakes and analyzes his mistakes, where the fool doesn't. He doesn't listen to or learn from his own mistakes. He just keeps making those same mistakes over and over because he's hard-headed, he's a fool, and he doesn't want to listen. The smart man at least learns from his own mistakes. Now, the third is the wise man. The wise man is the one who actually learns not only from his own mistakes, but he learns from others' mistakes. He seeks knowledge outside of himself. He asks people questions that have been in those exact positions to better himself, uplift himself, and take him and the people around him to a greater height. That's the wise man, learning from all situations that come around the full circle. So when you sit back and you ask yourself, who am I? And you assess it. Are you the fool who only wants to learn from their mistakes, so close-minded, they don't want to learn from anybody else, don't look at anybody else's situations to build their situation? You could be the fool. Are you the smart man that learns from your situation, analyze what you did wrong, look yourself in the mirror, take accountability for your actions, and then build and take it to the next level, even solely just off of your actions? Or are you the wise one who actually not only learns from your situations, but you learn from the people that are around you? You listen to their stories and you say, oh, you know what? I heard that they did this. I seen the situation they went through when they did this. I'm not going to do that. Or I'm going to do it this way because it'll have a better result. That's the wise man. I say all this to say it at the end, man. A lot of the times the people that are saying these things about you, it's the accountability factor. And the fact that no matter what I may say, no matter what I have done, no matter where I've been, no matter where I'm going, I always look to myself at the end of the day. I learn from the people around me, the situations around me. I analyze everything. And sometimes they could say, oh, well, he's analyzing way too much. And I can't be. I could overthink things sometimes, miss opportunities because of overthinking. But I'm going to do it because I want to put myself and the people around me in the best position as possible. Am I wrong for that? I guess some people would say I am. I just heard that I'm a person that throws things in people's faces, I guess, because when I feel and people talk shit about me and they talk about what I this and that, certain situations that may be personal between me and somebody else, and I bring up a worldly situation like, well, you didn't say that when all this was like at the best time, or you never even came to me and told me personally, but you want to try to rip me down around people that I'm not around and make me look bad or whatever. You can't make me look bad, like, because for one, I don't give up. You know what I mean? I control myself. I control my destiny. I control where I go. The things I've done, the people I've been around, the way I move, is always going to be 100. And there's never going to be a time that somebody's going to be able to come and tell you something that I haven't already explained. Because I ain't that type dude. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I done heard stories where they been saying stuff about me. I ain't talked to them. And I talk to them. You know what I mean? You get that? I ain't talked to them, but I talk to them. Those same people can't say the same thing, because whether you sit on one side of the fence or the other, with me, you know where I'm at. I don't play both sides. I'm never going to be one of them dudes or cats that play both sides of the fence. I don't do none of that. Straightforward. It's going to be what it is. And that's the way I move. But one thing I won't be reduced to. One thing I ain't never going to sit back and let people, put on me is that I'm a person that throws anything in people's face. A person that I don't even hold grudges like that. Now, I got some shit that I had to really address and take to the next level. You know what I mean? I've been very calm lately. Very, very calm. Past couple years, really. Because I seen the way people move, and the thing that I had to do was understand that even though I was raised to move off of loyalty, honor, and respect, everybody wasn't raised like that. And I guess for a while it was hard for me to understand that. But then I had to understand it's the way you was raised and the way you're going to move in life. And the way you analyze and all that. And every generation is going to be different. And every situation and the people is going to be different. Because they weren't, they didn't have the same exposure as me to somebody that was connected to not only the corporate side but the street side, and to give you that proper guidance. And that when we talk about constructive criticism, my pops was the most constructive guy. And you can ask any of the people that was really around. CJ, I asked CJ Parker, you know what I mean, when my pops used to hit me up. You ask Court, ask any of my people that was around me. See, back then they would joke. Your pops is wow, ill. Talking. But you know what was crazy? I didn't have to make as many mistakes in life. And no, I ain't always been up. I ain't gonna sit here front like, oh, I've always been up. Nah. Now, I've been in good positions for the most part of my life. Like, you ain't ever seen me like effed up. You know what I mean? All the way. But I ain't gonna sit here live front like, oh, I've always been up. No, because I haven't. I had to work hard to get to where I'm at. And even when you work hard, sometimes you still go through down periods. I shell a lot out. I take care of a lot of shit. A lot of people. But that means nothing. It really means nothing at the end, man. Only thing that matters to me is that the people around me are getting at least put in better positions and getting better opportunities that I was given. That's all that matters. And that's all I want, is the people that I've been in the lives that I've grown with to exceed, man. That's the only thing I want, is the people around me to succeed and take it to the next level. And if I'm shunned and looked at a certain way because of that, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to say it the way it should be said. And I think that with the social media era, a lot of people, they just want the sugar-coated version of everything. They don't want to take that full accountability. I wasn't given that opportunity, and I think it made me a better person. I may not be exactly at the point where I want to be in the pinnacle, but I'll never be at the pinnacle where I want to be, because every time I get to a certain place in my life, I want to level up and go even higher. So yeah, I could say that I'm chasing this never-ending place in life. I'm a competitive person, not only just to the people around me, but to myself. I always want to do and outdo myself. I always want to increase my level, make the people around me not only better, but just make the situation to where it's spread over a long period of time and goes through longevity, and it's not just a season. I've never been a seasonal type person, so I don't want my joints to just come in seasons. I want it to be something that's a move that's called legendary and last the test of time. You know, that's the way I like to make moves, man. And though I may come up short, everything is not perfect. Yes, I go through ups and downs. I separate a lot. But at the same time, you know, my goal is a clear driven goal. And I just had to speak on it, you know? Because at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, a lot of the moves I made, when I do the shit, it's always selfless. I always just want to do it just to do it. But when you've been crossed and you have people that you've done so much for, and those are the people that try to tear your name down the most, or look at you funny in the light the most, and you see it happening, I'm not a very emotional person, but it's hard to see those people that you held to such a high regard. You may have did so much in your life to revolve around that person, to have that person go and say these type things about you. Sometimes it is hard not to respond and say that the emotions don't pour out sometimes, because you have more of a connection and you know what your intentions were for that person and how you wanted things to be. So for the people that you hold to the highest of the high regards to say some of the foulest things, and then you respond, and then when you respond, you looked at as this and that, the bad person, whatever. It's confusing. Do I say I care about it? Not too much. I speak on it. You know, I think about it. I analyze. It's funny because Jeezy just made that album. I forgive, but I don't forget nothing. And a lot of people has did me dirty. A lot of people have said shit behind closed doors that got back to me that they may not even know it got back to me. And these are people I thought I was solid with. I don't talk down. I done had people try to get me to talk down to people that, they knew. Oh, such and such said this about it. I mean, that's how they feel. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you the situation a little bit. I ain't never going to give them the whole situation, but I might give them a little something to just give them the perspective of what was really going on. Because if anything, whether I'm wrong or right, I'm going to at least explain the situation truthfully. And that's the thing. A lot of these people, they going to give you the narratives. They going to flip it. They going to leave out certain parts because they want to make themselves look good. I ain't going to do that. My people could tell you, because there's plenty of times they done came back and be like, yo, you was wrong. And I'll accept it for what it is, because I'd rather get a whole truth and be told that I was wrong or overreacting or doing things in the wrong light than somebody to have half a story and tell me I was right off of some information that was given that wasn't even really what it was. You know, and a lot of y'all do that. Y'all pick and choose how y'all get the information up so y'all can make yourselves look and feel better. And nobody gives a F how you feel, but y'all do that. Y'all do things intentionally just to make yourself look and feel better. And that's the worst thing ever, I feel like. That's the worst, fakest thing. Like when you start acting fake to yourself, when you can't even be real with yourself, Were you so scared of the constructive criticism that even the people that you confide in, that you trust to confide in, you can't even give them the 100% real? That's when you lost yourself. That's when you have officially lost yourself and you are lying to yourself. And the worst thing you could do in life is start lying to yourself just to make yourself look better in the light. Because it still don't make it look better overall. You just doing a temporary fix. I ain't the one that loves temporary solutions, temporary fixes. Like I said, my lifestyle is about longevity. The things I want to do is about longevity. Legendary moves. Not to be here one day and then gone the next. No. I want mine to be held, cemented down, and taken to the next level and be held on and pushed by the next generation. So, just to make a long story short, F y'all if y'all got a problem with the way that I display what I display, because I'm gonna always be 100 with you. So if you don't like 100, you probably won't like what I say. So it is what it is. But one thing I ain't gonna say or back down from is if you come and you say some stuff and you try to put that all in one certain type of light to make yourself look better, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be 100. So when they could go off your story all they want. I don't care. Because what's crazy, a lot of those people are fake MFers too. They're supporting that BS. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of all these lame people out here saying all this type stuff, and they don't even have nothing to stand on when it come down to it. You know, I could stand on mine. I could stand on it. Because, yeah, everything ain't always been peaches and cream. But one thing I know is that I'm able to have those conversations. And whether they go the way they go, maybe they go the way you want them to go, maybe they don't. But one thing you could say is that I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. Or how it is. Really, I don't care how I feel. How I feel shouldn't even matter to you. But the truth should. You know what I mean? Now, when you start deflecting and the truth don't matter to you, now you got bigger problems in life. And that's something that no matter what I say, it's going to help or not. I'm done with this, man. You know what I mean? I hope y'all have a great day. You know what I mean? We had the Cooking with the Dads event today. It went great. My favorite, it's my favorite event in the city. But yeah, y'all. Hey, say what you need to say about your accomplishments and what you've done. Don't ever be scared. Don't let none of these people out here try to make you feel less for doing it. And yeah, man, because that just makes me know. Remember, these people ain't going to write your story. And when they write it, they're going to write it the way they want. So you write your story the way you want. All right? We ending it on that. Write the story the way you want. Because you could tell the truth when these other people, when you gone and they try to write the story, and I see it more and more, they going to write my story messed up. I can see it. I see the people that I've been around my whole life. The way they're going to write the story is going to be fucked up. So I'm about to write it myself. And I'm about to make a book. And I'm about to publish it. And I'm about to, if they mad now, they're going to be mad later. Peace out. One. Peace, love, and blessings. We out.